And I used to take care of my skin very much, and I very much regretted that once I got to menopause, because when you hit menopause, you start to age a lot faster, and you start to really notice the signs of all the damage that you've done over the years. It's not too late, and so I got myself into skincare during the lockdown times. Started watching all of the YouTube videos about skincare, learning all about it, pouring my time into that, ordering products online, and then trying them all out. Now I've got my skincare routine down pat, really, for my skin type. Now my skin type is pretty much normal. It used to be oily, it's not anymore. It's not even particularly dry, but I do like to get hydration in, and I like to get the actives in as well to restore my skin from the damage that happened while I wasn't taking care of my skin over the years, and to look after my skin for the future. So, my skincare routine. Starting out in the morning, I do like luxury products, right? And so I will go for scented products, the luxury feel kind of products. But having tried them all out, not all, but having tried a lot of the luxury products out, even though I love the texture, the ritual of it, and all of that kind of thing, I have settled on a few products, some luxury, some non-luxury, but that work really well for me. Now, so in the shower in the morning, I'll wash my face with CeraVe. This is the salicylic acid cleanser, and it's fairly basic, it's pretty cheap, and it's got no scent to it. Gentle exfoliant. I quite like this one in the morning. It also lowers your pH, ready for vitamin C as well, so if you're someone that wants to use vitamin C, that's a good one. Other times I will use this, and this one's new, hydrating foaming cleanser. It's like an oil cleanser, this foaming oil cleanser. It's got a similar kind of feel to my body wash, where it feels a little bit oily, you know, the oils that then turn into a water. It's like that, but it's lighter. It's, if you've used like an oil cleanser for your face, you know, as part of a two-step cleanse routine, it's not as oily as that. It's kind of a hybrid mix between a gel and an oil. And so I've kind of gone to the basic cleansers. I do have a few of the luxury cleansers in my shower, and I'll use those occasionally, but my skin does tend to prefer these basic ones, CeraVe. For my body, because I include my body in all of it too. I've been using this one for years now. This is the L'Occitane Almond Shower Oil, and this goes on like an oil, and it turns into like a milky emulsion once you add water to it, and my skin loves that. My skin can be very reactive, very sensitive. Before that, I just used to use soap, bar soap, for my face and for my body. I hardly used to take care of myself at all. Kind of embarrassing. And so after my shower, I will wrap my hair in a turban to dry it out, and then use an exfoliant. Now, the reason that I'm going for a stronger kind of an exfoliant now is I'm trying to remove some skin damage and some like age spots or some hyperpigmentation from the sun damage, and see if I can kind of get rid of that at the moment. And so each morning I will go in with a chemical exfoliant, either this one, Ole Henriksen. This is the Glow Dark Spot Toner. Kind of like this. It's got a nice scent to it. It's a bit more of a luxury formula, and so I'll just put that on a reusable cotton pad and swipe that over my face. Or I'll use the ordinary glycolic as well. I tend to use this less. This is a stronger kind of formula. I tend to use this less than the Ole Henriksen. So that's what I'll do to deal with that hyperpigmentation that I've got. I've got a bit on my forehead, I've got a bit on my nose too. After an exfoliant, your skin is a low pH, which is what you want to then go in with a vitamin C, because vitamin C serums, they penetrate better when you've got an alkaline kind of face. So after an exfoliant, which is why I used to use the salicylic acid cleanser and then go in with vitamin C before I added the extra step of the exfoliant. Now with the vitamin C's, I always use one in the morning, but I've tried all kinds of different brands out, and I'm still trying different brands out, so I'm not yet kind of fixed in on a brand. At the moment I'm using this Kiehl's. I find this kind of spicy. My skin reacts, but only just for a few seconds. It can make it go red. So I probably won't be purchasing this again. I've got a couple more vitamin C thing in my fridge waiting, because you keep the vitamin C in the fridge as well. to try those out. So I'll keep you informed of if I find like Holy Grail vitamin C. Vitamin C, because it's a powerful antioxidant, and underneath your sunscreen, it helps your skin to protect itself better. So that's what I'm using that for. There's quite a bit of research as well to vitamin C. Next, I'll go in with an essence. Now, I really love this fresh kombucha essence. I get it in the big bottles. I love it so much. It's so hydrating. Such a lightweight formula, just like a water, and put it all over your face and it hydrates so well. I really love this one. I have tried other essences out, and I do use some other essences as well, but this was by far my favorite. Next, I'll go in with this fractionated eye contour concentrate. Because I've got aging eyes and already had hooded eyes the whole of my life, so they've kind of always been a little bit droopy. Now they're getting really droopy. And so taking care of especially my skin on the eyelids. So I go for products that you can use under the eye and on the eyelids too. This is one of them. This is something that was recommended to like tighten up the eyes and to take care of that eyelid skin. And so I started using this. I've been using this for about 2 years, maybe more now. Every single day and night, I will put these just a drop of it on my eyes, and it has been helping. It makes them look better. Then I'll go in with a serum. The one that I've got at the moment is this Mixsoon. It's a bean essence. You'll see it's kind of a sticky, like natto, like fermented soybean kind of an essence. I'll go through the trying different essences out. It's just a little bit of a luxury for me to, put an essence on at that stage. So I'm enjoying this one. Would I get it again? Maybe. Then I'll go in with a moisturizer. At the moment, I've got a few moisturizer on the go at the moment, but this is the Ole Henriksen peptide. I'll try all kinds of different moisturizers out. It just depends on what Sephora wants to give me with the freebies and stuff like that. I will just try it all out, or special offers that they've got going on. So I'm not loyal to a moisturizer yet, but I do want to give a special mention to this one, La Roche-Posay Lipicard Fluid. Look at the size of the bottle. It's huge. It's pretty cheap. It's basic. It's really good. I really like this stuff. You can use it on the body. You can use it on the face. And so this is something that I will use a lot. If my face feels a little bit dry, put a layer of this on it. So special mention for that. Sometimes I'll just use that in the morning rather than the various, moisturizers that I've got from Sephora. Eye moisturizer, don't always use an eye cream, but when I do, again, I'm just trying different eye creams out, not particularly loyal to any particular eye cream. This is the Tatcha, the Silk Peony. Just pretty much using this up now. It's not my favorite. I haven't found a favorite yet. I do want to give a warning now. I tried the Ole Henriksen Vitamin C eye cream, and I was using that, really enjoyed it, but after a couple of months I started having an extreme reaction to it. My eyes puffed up and it was allergic reaction to it. I believe a lot of people have an allergic reaction to that over time, so just watch out for that one. It is really nice when you first start off, but I will never use it again, that's for sure. Okay, so next up, body care. Well, let's talk about sunscreen first of all. I don't put sunscreen on every single day. Like I'll put it on before I go out into the sun, but I don't kind of put it on under my makeup, because you see I'm in full makeup now. That's because I've got a morning of shooting videos ahead of me, and so I will shoot the videos and then I'll be taking my makeup off, and so before I go out there will be sunscreen put on. But I just wanted to show you the sunscreens that are my favorites. First one is the Beauty of Joseon. This is the Relief Sun Rice and Probiotics. This is kind of like a moisturizing formula. So it's like a moisturizer. Really feels nice. Doesn't feel like sunscreen, just feels like moisturizer putting it on. So this one, I really like this one, so I'll use that sometimes. The other one that I really like is the Inessa. Now, I've been going through a lot of this. I think I'm on my second tube of that Beauty of Joseon. I'm probably on my fourth of this Inessa. This is the Perfect UV Sunscreen Skincare Milk SPF 50, both SPF 50. And this has got quite a dry kind of formula. Now, one of those very lightweight, sunscreens that once you put it on, it kind of feels a bit powdery once it dries down. I like this because I live in the tropics. It's very hot here. There's a lot of sweat involved. And this one just kind of makes my face feel better because it's got that dry down. And so once I start sweating, I don't feel like uber greasy, you know, or slidey. This Beauty of Joseon one, if it's a particularly sweaty day, say if I put this on and then go for a run, then I just feel like my whole face is sliding off, you know, whereas this one tends to stay put. Both of them sting my eyes. Once they're mixed with sweat and it gets in my eyes, which it does when I'm working out or even walking on the beach, both of them sting. I haven't found a sunscreen that doesn't do that to me, and yeah, that can be quite distressing. Next up, body. This is a new thing to me. I'm lactin, and this is a body moisturizer that's got lactic acid in it. I was put onto this by Dr. Dre, the dermatologist here on YouTube. She's got a great channel, and she was talking about thin skin. Now, I've got a lot of sun damage on the back of my hands, and I'm trying to sort this out at the moment. I'm doing pretty good with it. I'm using a lot of the stuff that I use on my face on my hands too, including the exfoliants. I will exfoliate. I stopped putting vitamin C on the back of my hands because that does irritate them too much, well, with this Kiehl's formula anyway. And also I'll put most of my skincare on my hands, but I heard from Dr. Dre that this amlactin with, you know, lactic acid will help thicken up the skin on the hands because you get the sun damage and it gets really thin. And I'm finding that that's happening. You know, I ride a bicycle all the time, and when your hands are out there in the tropical sun, then it's getting a lot of sun all the time, right? So I've got to be really careful with my hands. So this amlactin, I've started using this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm using it every day as kind of a hand cream, also as a body cream. I will mix it because it's got a bit of a strange smell to it. I'll mix it with a little bit of some fragrance body cream that I like. I've got a few of those, you know, the free samples and stuff that you get sent. I'll just mix it with a little bit of that, use it all over my body and all over my hands too. So I'm liking this at the moment. It does seem to make my skin smoother and have like a better texture already just with like a couple of weeks use. Now I do have very sensitive skin, and so at the moment I've got a bit of psoriasis on the inside of my arm there from sweating and from rubbing against my skin and the laundry stuff that I use, especially with working out so much, you know. And so I use this La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. This stuff is really good, really soothing. Now, once I get a sensitivity, I can put all kinds of things on, you know, moisturizer or anything on my skin, and it will make it even worse. Sometimes when it really gets flared up, even water makes it worse. And so barrier repair is where it's at. So I use this Cicaplast Balm. It's the one that just soothes. It just soothes it. And if I use this like religiously every day and before I go to bed, then that rash will disappear pretty quickly. I also want to mention the sunscreen that I use on my hands sometimes, this Tokobo. It's a sunscreen stick, and I swipe that on my hands before I go out riding on my bike. So if I have put some sunscreen on my face because I'm going out to the shop, say, and then I'll keep this, I just keep it on the table by the door, and then I'll swipe it all over my hands, a lot of it, so that you can actually visibly see it. Once I start sweating, it kind of goes a little bit white once you sweat through it, and I'll put that all over my hands, because hands, you know, with hand washing and everything, you can put sunscreen on, right? But then you wash it off because you're doing stuff with your hands. And so I find like keeping this by the door, this has got a fragrance. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that fragrance too much, but keeping it by the door, you can put it on your hands just before you go in the sun. So this one's a really good one. I like the idea of using a sun stick like this for the back of the hands. Other times I'll wear one of these sun protection things, whatever these are called, I don't know, but you put your arms in them and it covers your hand like that, Put it around the back. And this will just keep the sun off the back of my shoulders where it hits there when I'm riding my bike, and off my arms and my hands too. So these are pretty good if you live in the tropics, if you're out a lot in the sun, to cover up the skin that gets zapped so much when you're riding around on scooters or on bikes. So I like that. So I'm taking my skincare a lot more seriously these days, especially with about sun damage, which I never used to do at all. So that's morning routine. So I've shot all my videos for the morning. It's lunchtime now, 12:30, and I've just had my lunch, and now what I'm going to do is take this makeup off. So I have full makeup on for shooting my videos, but I don't want to have that on for the rest of the day, right? I just don't want it on my skin. I don't want to go and work out with all of this on. So what I do is I take off the majority of my makeup, but I'll leave the eye makeup on. And so I'll show you how I do that. The way that I take my makeup off is using a balm. It's this Alamis balm, Pro Collagen Summer Bloom Cleansing Balm. But this is almost out. I'm going to scoop out the rest of it. But the reason I use this balm is because it's pretty thick. And I can put it in the places to melt off my makeup, exactly the places that I want it to be in. It smells gorgeous, by the way, too. Not so much that Summer Bloom one, but this one. This one does. This is the Rose Cleansing Balm. This is my favorite. It's not the original. The original is really nice too, but this rose one is gorgeous. So I want to open this new one for you to show you that you get with it, get this big, so this is the pink one, the rosy one. Some people don't like the scent of rose, but I love it. Oh, this one's really liquidy. Okay, so I can't kind of show you, but usually it's more solid than that. Anyway, you get a full container of it like that, which has got, it's pretty expensive stuff, but I love it. And it comes with a washcloth as well. So what you do is you put it all over your face, and then you use this washcloth to take it off, dampen this washcloth. What I do is I will first of all get the majority of it off with kind of damp hands and run that on under the tap so that the cloth doesn't get too much grime on it, you know, makeup and grime on it. And then after I've used this, I'll just throw it in the washing machine. So that's my first step, is taking that makeup off. Then I want to put some more skincare on, and so I use this Royal Honey Propolis Enriched Essence, which is by Skin Food. Big container, this one. It's a really beautiful dropper with this as well. You kind of press the button. I kind of like that. But yeah, I do like to use like different kinds of skincare like in the middle of the day like this, but quite a benign one, so not too many actives on it because I'm going to go under the red lamp. And so on top of that, I'm just going to use this Caudalie Vinasource Hydra. It's just like a very light moisturizer because I need more moisture on. This Alamis, it does put a lot of moisture into your skin there, so it's kind of a nice midday, you know, like cleanse kind of thing to take that makeup off before I get under the red light therapy. So red light therapy, it's good for the signs of aging. The device that I've got has got red light, near red light, and blue light too. So the red light is good for aging skin, good for repair of the skin too, so things heal faster. So if you've got like any breakouts or anything like that, it heals faster. If you've scratched your skin, any kind of scarring, it heals much faster when you're using that on a regular basis. I don't use it every day. I probably use it about 4 or 5 times a week, definitely on work days anyway. Once I've taken my makeup off, that's when I lie underneath it. The near infrared goes a little bit deeper into the skin. That's more like intensive healing, you know, like you would use if you've got like a sore elbow. And I use it on my body as well. So, you know, if you've got aches and pains in your body, you can use that near infrared light. I put that on too, might as well have that going on in my face, why not? And the blue light is more for breakout. So blue light, I think the blue light kind of heals or it does something with bacteria. I don't know that much about the blue light, but if I've got a breakout or anything like that, then I will put the blue light. I'll add the blue light into it. I tend to just put all 3 on at the same time because why not? If the device does it, why not? So I will do that lie under that for half an hour while I'm listening to a YouTube video or, you know, something that I want to listen to, a podcast, and just kind of relax after my day of work. I either put sunscreen on before I go there, or I will just use my other skin protection, that sleeve thing that I showed you, a cap to keep the sun off my face, and I'll go like that so I'm kind of covered up instead. Because like I said, the sunscreen, it mixes with sweat, it gets into my eyes, especially when I'm working out, and it stings like crazy. And so if I can cover myself up instead, just the 10 minutes that it takes me to cycle to training, then I will do that to save the stingy eye effect of sunscreen. If you've found a sunscreen that doesn't sting your eyes, if you've got that same problem, you found one that doesn't, please let me know what it is, because all of them sting my eyes. All of them do. So that's my midday skin routine. So back from my workout, I've just had my shower and I have actually done my skincare already. I did a double cleanse on my face to get my eye makeup off. So first of all, I used this Hada Labo Gokujan oil cleanser, gave myself panda eyes, and then washed it off in the shower. I like this oil cleanser to do a double cleanse, to take makeup off, especially my eye makeup, because it gets off really easy. But I do like to kind of shower this off. It's one that I like to, like, you know, wash away completely. Then I used that oil cleanser that I showed you in the shower, the one that kind of, that it doesn't foam up, but the one that emulsifies to wash it. And I have already put my body lotion on, a mixture of a scented body lotion with that amlactin as well. So I'm feeling good. Now for the face. Now I've got this Mixsoon essence. I use this as a kind of toner. This is the lotus flower essence. I've hardly got any left of this, and I've tried to repurchase it, but it's sold out everywhere that I can get it from here. So I've purchased some of their other essences from Mixsoon because I really like their stuff. So I'm going to try out the other essences. So watch this space, because I'll let you know if the other ones are really good too. This is so silky smooth. It just goes on so smoothly on your skin. I love it. You can put this on my eyelids too. So my eyelids can be very sensitive, but this one is good. It's good with my eyelids. And then next I go in with the Ordinary Buffet with copper peptides. Unfortunately, the dropper on this is broken, and so I just have to kind of smear it on my fingers because it won't. But it's probably like the equivalent of about I don't know, 3 drops that I put on. Put this on my eyelids too. Eyelids enjoy the peptides. So this is for anti-aging. The reason that I use the copper peptides in the evening, just in the evening, is that it goes with the next step, which is the retinol. You can use this. It's an active that can be used at the same time as a retinol, which I'm going to use shortly. Next up, I'll go with my fractionated eye serum again from Niod. Just 1 drop of that between, and mix it in my ring fingers there. Put it on both eyes, on the eyelids and underneath the eyes. Okay, so I started on retinoids about 2-3 years ago, just using the Ordinary first, retinol, and then worked my way up in strength and to using it every day kind of thing. So if you don't know how to start retinol, you've got to start really slowly on it with a kind of a weaker retinol, and work up to using it every day. You can put moisturizer underneath it just to go really slowly with it. And so I got myself up to using it every night, and then switched to this prescription. It's prescription in most countries. It's actually over the counter here in Thailand, so they trust us to be able to use it, you know. I don't know why it's so hard to get everywhere else, but if you want to get this in most countries, you'll have to get a prescription for it. 0.05 is what I use. This is a cream version of it, and I'll just use like a pea-size amount, about that, for the whole face. Not very much at all. So I could just kind of dot that around my face, and then spread it all around, trying to get it in an even application all over the face. So once that's on, I will take it a little bit down the neck, but the neck tends to be a little bit more sensitive, so it's just the kind of the remnants of what is left on my fingers. Then I put some on the back of my hands, just a little bit like that, on each hand. Wanting to use the same actives on my hands that I do on my face. So rub that one in on the backs of my hands there. And then I use a night cream, an overnight spa mask, Ultimate Nourishing Mask. This is by CosRx. I really like this one. I often use Tatcha's overnight, I think it's like a night cream, really heavy. It's really beautiful, but it's really expensive. Now this one, this CosRx, isn't expensive at all. It's really nice. It has no, a slight scent, but yeah, really nice formula. So when I put this on, I actually put it over my eyes as well, thinking that some of that retinol might have mixed in a little bit, and so I want my eyes to have just a little bit of light retinol on them. So I use it every night, this tretinoin, and then I put some of that on the back of my hands too, because it's very drying, right? And it can kind of make your skin peel. If I don't do this on my hands, my finger ends can peel off with the, with me applying it on my face there. So I've got to make sure that I put plenty of moisturizer on after it. And that's it. That's my nighttime routine. Yeah, I pretty much use the same things every day. I might dabble a little bit in different essences and different moisturizers, but my routine, I pretty much keep it simple like that. Although it's probably not simple, certainly not simple compared to what I used to do. But I have noticed big changes in the last few years since I've been doing this. My skin is getting much better. I look younger than I did a few years ago. So that's my skincare routine. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Let me know if you want to hear more about skincare routines and all of that kind of thing. And have the best day ever. Bye.